Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Huddle. Scott Taylor, Cody Bandura, my co-host this week. Cody's been out on the road. You're not talking hockey the last few days, and you've been out the Premier Football Factory. Yeah. You've had lots to do.
Couple things to do.
Busy
it was
guy.
fun.
Yeah,
it was
good
great.
to see you.
Good things to do.
Good to see you. Nice blue shirt.
I'm trying to look spiffy today. I even did my hair, shaved the face.
You look tremendous. Cody and I have a whale of a show for you today. We've got the boys from Grant Park. We got Clark Gray and Doug Kovacs coming on. We have Ethan Dyko, I believe, is on this show. We have Mason Bennett, who was just in Orlando, is on this show. He's got some great stories from Orlando. Him and his mom went to Busch Gardens. That was the most fun. They can play all the football they want, but Busch Gardens is great. And Scott Billick is coming on to talk about the wild week that was with Football Manitoba. It was a wild one as John Mackey resigns, basically to join us here at the Huddle. And Howard Levitt was let go, so it was quite a week for football. We got lots to talk about. It's going to be a great show. This is the Huddle. We are Football in Manitoba, community created on Shaw TV. We'll be back right after this. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Huddle. I have a very special guest. He's a quarterback. We like quarterbacks. Is it true that all quarterbacks are smarter than everybody else?
I'd say that, yeah.
Yeah, Ethan Dyko, the quarterback of the Oak Park Raiders. Very good first answer. Ethan, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Good to see you. Tell us about the Raiders last year. You were the QB last year in grade 11. Yes. You're going into grade 12. This should be a very good team after our discussions with a number of your teammates. Tell us about last year and then the transition to this year's club.
Last year was a big step up for most of the guys coming from grade 11 from grade 10 to grade 11, playing the varsity game. For me, it was a huge step up. It was a lot faster game, bigger people.
Yeah, I've always wondered about that. Is it that much faster? Do you notice it going from JV to varsity?
It's a huge step, yes.
Yeah, those kids can all run, can't they?
Oh, yeah, and hit hard.
Yeah, they're much bigger. Bigger, faster. So it was a big step, but how did the team do, and how did you fit into Coach Nixon's plan?
We did fairly well. Not the greatest record. We ended 8th, but it happens.
But you're young.
Yes. I think 7 grade 12s or 8 grade 12s started. The rest were grade 11, so next year's looking pretty good for us, hopefully.
So who's back? You're the quarterback.
Yes.
What kind of weapons do you have in your offense?
I think we have a run game. I don't know.
Well, you like to run.
We usually do, yes, I do. Run game, pass game, usual.
Now, when we were talking off camera, you said to me that you were a kind of a Michael Vick quarterback.
Yes.
But you're not left-handed.
No.
But you're a runner.
Yes.
How does that offense work? And do you feel sometimes that you should maybe pass a little more or a little more wide open? How does it work out for the club?
The start of the year, I did start off running quite a bit and wasn't getting much success. So I worked on developing my passing game, and it wasn't amazing, but I got there, and it opened up running opportunities for not only me, but the running backs too.
Well, and Xavier's not a bad running back. Yeah. It's fun to give him the ball. Tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you start? Why did you start? Where did you start?
I started, I guess, when I was 7, second year Terminator, for the Charles Broncos. I just wanted a new hobby. I was playing basketball before that, but my mom's like, oh, you should come try out for football. I know you got a lot of friends that are wanting to do it, and I was just like, hey, why not? So I just, yeah.
So this was your mom who got you into this?
She was telling me about it, and then I was like, oh, let's give it a shot.
Now, do you have football players in your family?
Yes.
So there's a football background here?
Yes. Very big.
Brag.
One of my cousins, I don't know, he did play junior in BC, and then he played at St. FX for a season or two.
So there is lots of football. So this upcoming season, you got a whole pile of players back. Who are the stars? Who can we watch?
Probably Alex Eberling in the backfield, James Naidu, linebacker, Eric Koski, O-lineman.
We met Eric, yeah.
Yes. Josh Hamilton, very big, he didn't even know a thing about football, and he stepped in, and wow.
So you've got some pretty outstanding players. This should be a good year for the Raiders.
Hopefully, yes.
Do you want to play 10 questions?
Let's do it.
We're going to play 10 questions when we come back. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with Ethan Dyko, the quarterback of the Oak Park Raiders. We're going to play our favorite game, 10 questions. We'll be back after this. This is The Huddle. We are Football in Manitoba, community created right here on Shaw TV. Welcome back to The Huddle. As promised, Ethan Dyko, quarterback of the Oak Park Raiders, is going to play 10 questions. One of these days we should make these questions hard.
No.
You like the easy ones? Favorite TV show?
Probably Jail on Spike TV.
On Spike TV, yeah. I like The Huddle myself, but it's kind of like Jail. Favorite music?
Rap, hip-hop.
Favorite entertainer?
Russell Peters.
He's tremendous, isn't he?
Hilarious.
I was watching Russell Peters' marathon the other day on comedy.
Yeah,
It was during the Christmas holidays. It was phenomenal. Guy's sensational. Favorite movie of all time?
Probably Saw 4.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Favorite sport other than football?
Basketball.
Yeah, you're a basketball player with the Raiders as well, and you
Yes.
run track with the Raiders. So you've got lots of other sports that you play. Your favorite sports team?
Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, Michael Vick, of course.
I don't know why. It's just
They're great uniforms. I love the Eagles. Your favorite subject in school?
science.
Now, is that what you want to do?
Looking like physiotherapy and things like that.
Yeah. So do you want to
medicine.
take football as far as you can through university?
Yes,
Is that
I would
kind of
like
the
to.
plan? Outstanding. What if they came to you and said, would you rather play another position? You can run. Would you like to be a running back or a safety or something else?
I'd want to go wherever they can use me.
You just want to play.
Yeah.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Sports medicine doctor, physiotherapist, something like that.
Doctor? As soon as you say doctor, your mom will be happy. What do you do in your spare time? What do you like to do? What's your favorite thing to do?
Sleep when I get off time, because that's almost never.
I like it. Betty or Veronica?
Veronica.
Good choice. Rebecca, our producer, will love that. Veronica's the winner this week. Ethan, thanks. Good
Thank
sport.
you.
And congratulations. Have a great season this year.
Thank you.
Ethan Dyko, the quarterback of the Oak Park Raiders. When we come back, we got lots more. This is The Huddle. We are football in Manitoba, community created right here on Shaw TV. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Huddle. Scott Taylor, along with a guy who became pretty famous this week, if he wasn't already, because he does write in Manitoba Hockey News, and he writes for The Huddle magazine, he writes for the Huddle.co, but you haven't been on TV much, so everybody gets to see your face. It's Scott Billick, our investigative reporter at the Huddle.co, and you've had quite a week. To give you some background, and by the way, we have asked Football Manitoba, an invitation was sent to President Brian Marks to be on this program with us. We have not heard any word from Brian, but if he does want to come on and talk about these issues, he is more than welcome to join us at any time. It goes back to September. Rebecca Horan, the program manager, left the association to end up coming to work here at Shaw. And then Ron East was fired as the executive director. And then on Monday, John Mackey resigned as the general manager / operations manager / technical director. And then today, there was, as we record this program, another firing as Howard Levitt was let go by Football Manitoba. I know that when you started this thing, you started out to report on the fact that John Mackey had resigned. What you ended up discovering was that there was a lot going on and not a lot of people around there to run it.
Yeah, so there was quite a few people that were gone from the business, and the biggest story I think from it was that costs had gone up. Costs for last year's program were $165.
And this is the under 18 program.
Right, for the under 18 program. The costs were $165 for the phase 1 of the program. This year they were $400. So they went up quite substantially, it's like 240%, $235 they went up. So we wanted to figure out why had costs gone up, what the reason was behind it, and we found out that it was due to a couple of businesses coming in, Recruit Ready and Elite Performance coming in to. They were basically going to train kids for, I think it's like a 4-week program or whatever it is, and they were going to train the kids during that time. And so they had attached the cost of that to
the cost of the regular program.
Yeah, the phase 1 of the program.
Yeah, the phase 1 of under 18. Now, I understand you got into a little bit with radio announcer Troy Westwood over Elite and Recruit Ready. Now, I've read all of your stuff 4 or 5 times. Right. I have to admit that I've edited it, I've looked at it. Not at any time did you ever say anything untoward about Recruit Ready and Elite, because here at the Huddle we've always been fans of Recruit Ready and Elite, and I think, as a matter of fact, in the last story you wrote, I think you used the words tremendous and outstanding to describe what they do.
Right.
But there seemed to be a lot of misunderstanding through this whole thing that it was the fault of Elite or Recruit Ready, when actually it never was.
No, definitely not. Elite and Recruit Ready are great football programs for kids, players coming up, to take that next step to the next level. It has nothing to do with Elite, nothing to do with Recruit Ready. It's the fact that
somebody at the board level made a decision to bring them in and then jack the cost up.
Exactly. Somebody approved a decision that would put the prices from $165, which were already an issue for some parents that they couldn't get their kids in, to $400, which would put I don't know how many kids that would price out. Like it's a ridiculous.
Well, when John Mackey left the association, you had learned that there were about 21 kids remaining, or had signed up for the program.
Right. Yeah.
So in 24 hours, essentially, you got a lowering of the cost to $225, a change in the way the program is going to operate. They're not going to start till April. They've also talked about hiring somebody to run their flag football program. Right. That hasn't been done yet. They fired another person. There are a lot of changes at Football Manitoba since that article appeared in the Huddle.
Yeah, it's it's good. The biggest thing, I guess, is just making sure that players that want to try out can afford to play football. And that's at the end of the day, that's the bottom line. Every kid in the province should be able to at least have that chance to try out and see how far they can go, and get and still get that training, for a substantial cost or whatever the cost is. So yeah.
Thanks, Scott. Great work.
Thank you.
Scott Billick from the Huddle.co, the Huddle magazine, and Manitoba Hockey News, ManitobaHockeyNews.com. He's all over the place. When we come back, we got lots more. This is the Huddle, community created right here on Shaw TV. Welcome back to the Huddle. Scott Taylor with my very special guest, who has been a guest, a couple of times before?
5 times.
This is your 5th time?
Yeah.
Mason Bennett, Vincent Massey Trojans, and Team Orange now.
Yep.
Tell us about Team Orange. Mason went to Orlando, Florida for the Offense-Defense Bowl. Mm-hmm. Tell us about your trip. I just want to sit here and listen, because Orlando is like my second home.
Yeah.
I like Orlando. When I land at the airport, I feel like I'm at home. So tell me about your trip to Orlando. What Mason did on his winter vacation.
It was awesome. There's a crazy competition down there for football. Everybody is just.
First of all, how'd you get invited?
I got an email saying I've been nominated by a coach or scout to play in this game. So you need to register, and then if you pass the registration, then you
get to play.
Yeah.
So off you went.
Yep.
Your mom went with you.
Yep.
So you had a pretty good party.
Yeah, it was fun. Lots of
so you get there, and what's it like? What's the atmosphere like when you arrive?
It's crazy. Everything's football down there. Everything, like the airport, the malls, everything has to do with football somehow.
That's pretty tremendous.
Yeah. It was a
and
good
you
feeling.
Played your game in the Citrus Bowl.
Yeah, it was huge. Yeah. It's crazy.
So tell me about the practices. What did you have to do? And you played U.S. football, so it's a different game.
Yeah.
Tell us about the game, the preparation for the big game.
Well, we had 4 days of 2 days, so that was pretty tough, in the heat. It was pretty hot down there. But when I went to Hawaii with Vincent Massey, we had a whole week of practicing the American rules.
So you'd already been a step up in the American rules. Because even Evan Gill, who went and played in the East-West Shrine game, said that he had some preparation to do before even the second or third practice. He had to be ready for the differences in the smaller field. And now he's an inside lineman.
Yeah.
You're an outside defensive lineman.
Well, actually, I like playing closer. The 1 yard in Canada and not in the States. I like that better. It's closer. Since I'm a speed rusher, it's easier to get around the tackle. So.
And you had a couple of sacks.
Yeah, 2 sacks, 2 tackles, and I led the game in sacks.
And chased down quarterbacks. Yeah. Things you like to do the best.
Oh yeah.
You also, I understand, spent a little bit of time playing tight end.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was good. The first couple of weeks we didn't have enough guys for receiver, so we ended up installing a tight end. So I played tight end for the first 4 days, and on the last day we had 2 more kids come in. So I didn't get to end up playing in the game, but I had fun practicing it the whole week.
Did you like the position?
Yeah, I liked it just as much as defensive end.
Did they throw the ball to you much at practice?
A couple, yeah. I caught all of them.
What are your hands like?
I caught all of them.
That's good. That's terrific. Yeah. You're also bigger than probably the DBs that are covering you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's probably a lot of fun hitting those DBs.
Oh yeah.
What do you think you brought back from that? What was the maybe the biggest thing you learned?
Just the whole experience with my coaches. Both my coaches were prep school coaches, so they knew all about football, right? So they taught me how to play tight end better, how to play defensive end better, and improve my tackle position too.
Would you like to convince Coach McKay that she could be a tight end as well?
Oh yeah, we tried it last year, but it didn't work out too well in the first game.
Well,
so.
Yeah, but there's always an opportunity. You're going into grade 12. It's a big year.
Yeah.
You have been invited to the Rifles camp as well.
Rivals.
Yes, that's what. Did I not say rifle?
Rivals.
Tell me how. Tell me how.
No, it's the #1 camp in the States right now. You get invited to that, and then after that, they make the ESPN top 300 players.
Wow.
So it's big, yeah.
So where's that?
It's in Detroit.
When are you going?
April 27th.
Mom, is he going? Okay.
And one of the guys.
Peanut gallery over there. I got to make sure you're going.
One of the guys I played with in the ODD game said he's been trying to get in this camp for 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
So who are the coaches? Do you know?
One of them's the New England DB coach. He picks the coaches.
Wow.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of the camps.
So the
over
Rivals
States.
camp's a really big camp.
Yeah, it's huge.
Outstanding. Good for you.
It's sponsored by Under Armour, so I get a whole bunch of gear and stuff. Yeah.
The gear's the best part, isn't it? So tell me, in Orlando, you went to Busch Gardens?
Yep.
You had yourself a little roller coaster day?
Yeah.
And you got some shopping done?
Oh, yeah.
And it was all about you, not your mom?
Yeah.
It's good to see you.
That was good. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks.
Mason Bennett, who played outstanding football at the Offense-Defense Bowl in Orlando, Florida, led the game in sacks with 2. Big game. Congratulations. Vincent Massey Trojans, Mason Bennett. When we come back, we got lots more. This is The Huddle. We are football in Manitoba, community created right here on Shaw TV. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Huddle. Scott Taylor along with Clark Gray, who was last on this show, and I think that I probably suggested that maybe he looked too nice to be a football player and a little bit too small. He weighed about 165 pounds the last time he was on this show. Yeah. And you got upset with me, and you're a different guy.
Yeah.
Tell us what you've been doing in the off season, because you're a lot bigger than you were the last time here.
Yeah. Well, I've been training at the Grant Park Workout Room, which is a great program always. I got some great.
And that's Glenn Bruce, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Our athletic director, Glenn Bruce, who also trained Anthony Coombs and Andrew Harris. So
right.
He's a great trainer. And just recently, I've been training with Recruit Ready in the morning. So. That's great, learning a lot of stuff, some great coaches.
And that's early morning stuff, too.
Yeah, it starts at 6:15. So
get you out of bed.
Yeah.
But when you've been in the gym, what was it you were trying to do? Because last year you were a bit of a running back,
yeah.
And now you're looking at linebacker and fullback. Yeah. You're playing bigger positions, tougher positions. Tell us what you were trying to accomplish.
Well, I'm just trying to gain a lot of strength, power, explosiveness, and just overall size. So I can make the bigger plays and stuff.
So, but you look a little taller than the last time too.
Yeah, I'm about 6'1" now, so I think I grew a couple inches since
the last time. Yeah. So tell us what you've done to get bigger. What kind of exercises have you done to make those arms bigger and the chest bigger than they were?
Well, I just focused on deadlift, squat, bench press, and military press. Just kind of those 4 big ones, and just kind of worked around those things. And nutrition is like really huge too, so try to get 6 meals in a day, and yeah, it's good.
Man of my own heart, 6 meals a day. I just don't quite lift as much as you do. You don't play other sports. Football's your game.
That's my main one, yeah.
What else do you play?
Well, I wrestle. I've been wrestling since grade 6 now, so I wrestle, and up until this year, I played basketball for, I believe, since I was 10. So.
But you gave it up to go back to the gym.
Yeah, focus more on football stuff.
Because football's the game. You're going into grade 12. Tell us about this Grant Park team you're going to have next year.
I think we're going to have a great team next year. We have a lot of guys coming up from JV, and our whole team basically last year was grade 11, so they should all be staying. And yeah, I think we'll do really well, whether it's in AA or AAA. So.
Is your head coach good enough?
Yeah, he's a great coach. He does a good job motivating us.
That's because Doug's coming on later, so it's okay.
Yeah, make sure we're prepared for every game we play, so it's good, yeah.
How's school?
School's going good. Trying to keep my grades up, high 80s, 90s, so.
What are you going to do when you finish school? Do you want to keep playing football, or are you just going to go to university? What's the plan?
Well, I'll have to see where football takes me. If an opportunity comes, then yeah, I'd love to do it, but if not, then university I definitely want to do as well, so.
Tremendous. Good to see you. Good to see you bigger.
Yeah.
You still don't look mean, though. Maybe you're mean with the equipment on, but you don't look mean here.
Change the mindset for the game.
Clark Gray, linebacker and maybe fullback and maybe a couple other things. We're going to talk to his coach, Doug Kovacs, coming up. But Grant Park Pirates, big season coming up and a big off season with Recruit Ready, and certainly with that great weightlifting program that Glenn Bruce runs at Grant Park High School. When we come back, we're going to have the head coach of the Grant Park Pirates, Doug Kovacs, coming up right after this. This is The Huddle. We are football in Manitoba. Welcome back to The Huddle. Scott Taylor along with Doug Kovacs, the head coach of the Grant Park Pirates. As promised, Clark Gray going to be a big player for you?
Absolutely. He had to step up last year after key injuries, had to go both ways. And he stepped up, ran for about 800 yards, anchored the linebacker position too. And that kind of experience as a junior is going to only pay off as a senior. So we
and he's
think
bigger.
He's just a great kid.
Yeah. He looks
good student, good leader. He's going to be a leader in the community too one day. We're we're really excited about what he's doing. And he gets the kids in the weight room too. I mean, we've had great off-season workouts right now. So
Outstanding. There has been a lot of talk this week about the under-18 program here in Manitoba, and Scott Billick is coming up after this interview to talk about the things that he's dug up with Football Manitoba. Now, you were part of the team in '05 that won the National Under-19 Championship, the last gold medal ever won in this particular provincial program. Tell us about that experience.
Oh, it was fantastic. We were a coaching staff of misfits. It wasn't the big name guys. It was all position coaches. It all banded together, and we went out to Waterloo, Ontario that year, and they kept moving our games around because they didn't think we'd even win. The team before us had finished last, hadn't won a game, when they got beaten by everybody. So, we had a lot of expectations for these kids, and it was Brad Sarna, myself, and Paul Normando, and Graham Jones from Dakota. And we went out there, coached up these kids, and ended up beating Ontario and Alberta. Last-minute touchdown against Alberta, Khalil Williams.
Right, there were some outstanding players on that team.
Khalil was my quarterback at Sisler at the time.
Yeah.
Threw a miracle fade into the back of the end zone to beat Alberta, and then we beat Ontario on an interception return for a touchdown there, and won the first gold medal ever for the provincial team for the under-19, and the last one. It was a heck of a tournament. It wasn't even good for us too. It was about 40 degrees every day. We were the only province that wasn't in air-conditioned dorms, so our kids were sweating. I think it made us tougher. I remember rooming with another coach, and it was terrible. But,
you enjoyed the experience, though.
It was a lot of fun.
And it's an enjoyable experience for anybody who goes, whether it's coach or player.
It is.
These national championship experiences.
It's very difficult to play because football's not a tournament sport, but you end up playing, and I mean, you got to go out there and you've got to make adjustments so quickly because the film work's minimal, the practice is minimal. I mean, you do all your work in a generalized fashion before you get there, and then you have to make adjustments at halftime to figure out what they're doing. And I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on from other provinces too.
But you learn about the game.
Absolutely. Well, you got to coach on the run.
Doug, you're going to come back and do Take a Knee for us. You've still got work to do.
Yes.
We're going to break this one off right here, and you're going to come back and do some work. If you're out there and you want to play football and you're just thinking about perhaps participating in the under-18 program, please do go to Football Manitoba, sign up, get involved with the program because going to Saskatoon is going to be a lot of fun this summer, and I suspect the Huddle's going to be there. Doug Kovacs coming back with Take a Knee. I'm Scott Taylor. This is the Huddle. We are Football in Manitoba.
Men, when it's darkest, the stars come out. And I want you to think about that. When it's darkest, the stars do come out. Football is not a game where you can hide in the background. The stars got to step into the limelight and shine here tonight. All right? We've got a big game here, and football is ultra competitive. It's where the metal meets the meat. You cannot hope someone else is going to make this play. You've got to make this play. You've got to be a star when you're called upon. So this now answers the question of why we practice so hard at Grant Park, why we hit every day, why we run so many laps, why we watch so many film, why we lift so many weights. It's to prepare you for this fight tonight. You don't want to go out and be in a battle and realize you haven't prepared enough for this. You don't want to be sitting down in the fourth quarter looking at the other team starting to shine while you fade away. It is our time to step up. So you need to look at your brothers here right now and realize that you are prepared for this, that you have put in the work. What I need you to do is go out there and run like Grant Park Pirates. I need you to tackle like Grant Park Pirates, and I need you to hit to the echo of the whistle like Grant Park Pirates. Because it's our time to shine, our stars are going to come out, and they're going to fade away.
Welcome back to the Huddle. We're running out of time. Taylor, Adrian Dudek, my hero from the Wolfpack, from the Nomads. Real quick, stuff's coming up. Lots of things are starting to happen. You have 2 minutes, go. What's going on?
All right, it's Wolfpack season 2014. So we have players meeting Monday night, February 3rd at North Centennial Rec Center, 7 p.m. All the information you can get for what to expect, what's coming up, how we're working everything. And then 4 Sundays starting February 9th, inclusive to March 2nd. Rookie camp every Sunday night, 7 to 9, same location. We're having Bomber guest coaches come out. We have Nomad coaches running it. Great way to do skills, drills, learn the basics, come out. No commitment, $25 for the 4 days, but that pays your insurance in case anything happens, which it won't.
Yeah, it never does it?
Never, it's football.
But for this season, real quick, you're looking for coach.
We're looking for head coach position and positional. You can check our site. It's nomadswolfpack.com. All the info's on there. Look for us on Facebook, Nomads Wolfpack.
You're going to come back the next couple of weeks. We're going to talk more.
Always.
Adrian Dudek, the general manager. Can I call you that?
No. I'm just around.
Just around. The girl who's just around with the Nomads Wolfpack. When we come back, we're going to wrap it up. This is The Huddle, community created right here on Shaw TV. Welcome back. We're just about done. Scott Taylor, Cody Bandera. I know you've got lots of places to go. Lots more football and hockey people to talk to. He's a busy, busy guy. Just one added thing that I want to throw on the end of that conversation with Scott Billick. We did invite Football Manitoba to come on the show. They did not respond. They have an open invitation. President Brian Marks, anytime he wants to come on the show.
The seat's always open.
The seat's always open. Scott Taylor, Cody Bandera, another week on The Huddle. We got lots more next week. This is The Huddle. We are football in Manitoba, and we're community created right here on Shaw TV. See you next week.